Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment someone stops giving you attention, you start thinking about them even more. You check your phone, you replay old conversations, you wonder what changed. And before you realize it, they're occupying your thoughts all day long. But why? Why does someone become more attractive the moment they become unavailable? The answer has less to do with love, and more to do with how the human mind works. Imagine a young woman named Emma. 3 months ago, she met a man named Ryan. At first, everything felt effortless. They texted every day, morning messages, late-night conversations, coffee dates, long walks, small jokes only they understood. Ryan remembered details about her life that nobody else seemed to notice. And slowly, Emma began to feel something rare. She felt seen. She felt understood. She felt important. For the first time in a long time, someone seemed genuinely interested in her. But then, something changed. The messages became shorter. The conversations became less frequent. The excitement disappeared. Some days, Ryan wouldn't reply at all. At first, Emma told herself he was busy. Then she started wondering if she had done something wrong. Then she began checking her phone more often. Every notification made her heart race. Every silent hour felt longer than it should. And strangely, the less attention Ryan gave her, the more she thought about him. Sound familiar? Because Emma's story isn't unusual. Millions of people experience the exact same thing. To understand why this happens, imagine someone places a sealed box in front of you. They tell you there's something important inside, but they refuse to let you open it. Immediately, your mind begins asking questions. What's inside? Why can't I see it? Is it valuable? Is it something meant for me? The more uncertainty exists, the more your attention becomes trapped. Soon, you're thinking more about the mystery than the actual box. This is exactly what happens when someone suddenly becomes distant. Your brain becomes obsessed with the unanswered question. What happened? Did I do something wrong? Have they lost interest? Are they talking to someone else? The uncertainty creates a mystery. And the human brain hates mysteries it cannot solve. Psychologists have studied something known as the Zeigarnik effect. It describes a fascinating tendency of the human mind. We remember unfinished experiences far better than completed ones. Think about a movie that ended with a cliffhanger, or a novel missing its final chapter. Your mind keeps returning to it, not because it's necessarily important, but because it feels incomplete. Relationships can work the same way. When someone suddenly disappears, pulls away, or becomes emotionally unavailable, they become an unfinished story, and your brain keeps trying to write the ending. The story remains open, the question remains unanswered, and your mind keeps returning to it again and again, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for months, sometimes even for years. But what happens next? You start checking your phone more often. Every notification catches your attention. Every vibration creates hope. Most of the time, it's nothing. But occasionally, it's them. And that's where things become interesting, because the human brain loves unpredictable rewards, not predictable ones. Unpredictable ones. Casinos understand this principle better than almost anyone. If a slot machine paid out every single time, people would quickly lose interest. If it never paid out, people would walk away. But when rewards arrive randomly, something powerful happens. People keep playing. because the next reward might be moments away. The same thing can happen in relationships. When attention arrives inconsistently, the brain starts chasing it. One message can create hours of anticipation. One reply can erase days of anxiety. And suddenly, a simple text message feels incredibly valuable. Not because the message itself is special, but because it became unpredictable. There is another psychological force at work: scarcity. Human beings naturally place higher value on things that appear rare: limited edition products, exclusive opportunities, last remaining tickets. The harder something is to obtain, the more valuable it appears. And attention is no exception. When Ryan's attention was freely available, Emma appreciated it. But when it became scarce, her brain started treating it as something valuable that needed to be recovered. Nothing about Ryan actually changed, but Emma's perception of him did. Now comes the uncomfortable question. Was Emma truly missing Ryan? Or was she missing the feeling Ryan gave her? Because sometimes what we chase isn't a person. It's validation. It's reassurance. It's the feeling of being wanted. More than a century ago, Sigmund Freud suggested that much of human behavior is driven by unconscious desires rather than conscious choices. We like to believe we're acting logically, but often hidden emotional needs quietly shape our decisions. The need to feel valued, the need to feel important, the need to feel chosen. And when someone who once fulfilled those needs suddenly pulls away, the mind can become preoccupied not with the person themselves, but with the emotional void they leave behind. This is where many people become trapped. They believe they're fighting for a relationship, when in reality, they're fighting to regain a feeling. There is a reason being ignored feels painful. Human beings evolved in groups. Thousands of years ago, being excluded from your tribe could threaten your survival. Your brain learned to treat social rejection as a serious problem. Even today, that ancient wiring still exists. Being ignored doesn't just feel unpleasant. To your brain, it feels important. That's why rejection can hurt so deeply. And that's why your thoughts keep returning to it. The next time someone ignores you, don't immediately ask, "Why can't I stop thinking about them?" Ask a different question. Do I miss the person? Or do I miss the attention they once gave me? Because sometimes the strongest attachments aren't built on love. They're built on uncertainty. And once you understand the difference, you stop chasing answers that were never really about the other person, and start understanding yourself instead. Fade to black. Quote on screen, "The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water." Sigmund Freud. Pause. Soft piano continues. Narrator. Every day, hidden psychological forces shape our thoughts, our emotions, and our decisions. Most people live their entire lives without ever noticing them. But once you understand the mind, you begin to understand yourself. If you enjoyed this journey into human psychology, subscribe to the Silent Psyche. Every week, we explore the hidden patterns behind human behavior, relationships, attraction, overthinking, confidence,